Hello my beautiful collective, and welcome to this video. Guys, I do hope you guys can appreciate these types of videos. They are again in my non-tarot playlist. These are interesting topics ranging from anywhere from spiritual awakening to the types of connections you could have, to trauma bonds. And what I'm noticing is as I'm doing these videos are that these topics could be helpful to you. It could be having to do with situations connected to your relationships, your family situations, or even just your self-development, your spiritual growth. Okay, guys? The topic in these videos are going to be, they vary. Okay? Visit the playlist, check out the videos. They could help you. And just know that the research I've done for these topics were very extensive. I do hope you guys can appreciate the hard work that was put into these videos, and I will be crediting the articles and the people who wrote these articles and the website in the description box below if you guys want a more concise longer version of what I kind of compacted into a video. You know, I only took from the important points I felt would be useful to you guys. But you guys could always refer back to the article, the website. I have listed that information in the description box below. Okay, guys? So I do hope you enjoy these videos, and let me know in the comments what you think. Again, everybody's experience is going to be different with every single one of these videos. It could resonate, it might not resonate. And regarding your spiritual awakening journey, okay, you could be at different levels. So just take all these videos with a grain of salt. Okay, it might resonate, it might not, but take it with a grain of salt. Also, the articles that I've researched, it's not to say that what they say is written in stone, but it's just a an idea of, you know, with these topics, you know, what they're sharing. Okay, so again, take it with a grain of salt. I do hope you enjoy these videos. I worked very hard researching it. Without further ado, here we go, guys. Hello, my beautiful collective. It is I, Rosa, Lady Capricorn Tarot here. In today's video, we're going to be discussing what is reincarnation and past life. Now, guys, these two topics go hand in hand, okay? And it's a very interesting topic, not one that too many people talk about. It's mostly common in people of the spiritual world, you know, people who are spiritually awakened. And so, you know, this video, take with a grain of salt, like with every other video I've been posting. This is an article that I researched, a very extensive article. So what I basically did was I pulled out, as I've been doing with all my videos, the parts of the article that I felt was very interesting. Okay, guys? So if this is a topic that you are interested in, okay, this is the video for you. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it because this might be a long video, okay? So we're going to cover what is reincarnation, what are past lives, and why are they important. Okay, guys? We're going to also cover... excuse me as I change the pages here. Questions you may have, like, has everyone had past lives? Does the amount of past lives vary according to each person? You know, several questions that were addressed in this article. I will also be going through, but the article had a past life test. Okay, guys? So these are actual things, like questions that you may be asking yourself, okay? And I guess the answer, if you have answers for any of these questions, then you may have had a reincarnation past life situation in your life, okay? Anyway, let's get right into this, guys, okay? Now, let's start off with, let's address what is reincarnation and past lives. And guys, I apologize if you hear water in the background, okay? I'm running my washing machine, okay, guys? So it is Saturday over here as I'm filming, and things have to get done, so I'm multitasking. All right, anyway, what is reincarnation and past life? Well, the article states, the concept of reincarnation and past lives have existed for thousands of years and are a part of numerous religions and belief systems. Okay, guys? Um, have you ever felt like maybe you were someone else in another life? Or perhaps you're curious as to whether you have had past lives. Now, guys, this is a question that I asked myself because, and it was confirmed that I lived at least 3 past lives, okay, based on the fact that I have a fear of water, and drowning. I have a fear of heights, okay, and there's always that fear of people leaving my life uh, through death or in a relationship. As I was, not now, but when I was younger, I had this fear of, living the rest of my life by myself. And it was confirmed because I went to somebody, and I had like a past life session, right? And in those 3 different past life sessions that I had, addressed what I'm experiencing now in this lifetime, which is the fear of water was in one of my past lives. I was pushed off a cliff. No, actually, I was on a boat and I fell into the water and I drowned. The second fear of heights, I was pushed off the cliff, okay, by, out of all people, somebody that I was connected to romantically, okay? He literally pushed me off the cliff. That covered the fear of that. And in my 3rd past life, the person I was married to had left me for another woman. So there goes, it addressed all 3 issues. So if you're having issues that you feel like, why do I feel this way and I can't really connect it to anything that's happening in my life now, most likely you have lived several past lives, aka reincarnation, okay? So you see how the 2 go hand in hand. All right, so let's get back to the article. So it says, to begin to explore the concept of past lives, we have to start at the beginning with the vital spiritual questions. And these are the questions, you can ask yourself. Who are we and why are we on earth, right? What is the purpose of it all? What happens to us when we die? Is there karma and destiny? What does it all mean? Okay? With a higher perspective, okay, you can know the rules and what to expect and then navigate the world with ease and grace. Okay, guys? The journey is the road to self-mastery and the end game is the evolution of the soul. Okay, guys? So, what they're saying is, again, if you can answer any of like right now in the now, remember I told you in my experience, I was experiencing these fears and I didn't have it connected to anything because as a child I didn't go through any of the 3 fears that I had, that would validate that. And so I was asking myself these questions. And so if you can't pinpoint why you're having like that type of fear of something, or it's most likely because you lived a past life or several past lives, and that's like a residual energy. Once you're reincarnated, you bring here. And sometimes if the issue is not solved when it happened in your past life, you're still going to carry that. It's like the whole karma thing, right? You're carrying that karma with you into your present life that you've been reincarnated in. All right, guys, so let's move on. So in this video, okay, I'm gonna go over the most commonly asked questions about past lives, okay? But first, let's talk about what are past lives and why are they important, okay? So past lives are about the soul circling on its voyage to discover the powerful truth of who we are, intending to become our best self and grow in the light. From lifetime to lifetime, soul memories and experiences are stored within our cells and DNA, and we carry our lessons like luggage into the next train stop, right, which is the next life. So think about it this way, guys, okay? We decide to make our trip to the Earth's school, right? It's a free will world, so we can set up the classes and curriculum that we want, right? To study and work on challenges we want to conquer. So literally, the how can I say it? Oh my God. The theory behind past life and reincarnation is that you kind of carry, okay? I keep, wanting to say the energy of past lives into different lifetimes, okay? So in my situation, I had 3, okay? And so every lifetime I carried this luggage with me into the next life. And I'm here in this lifetime. And so I've carried at least 3 luggages from 3 different past lives into this life, okay, guys? It says, but then the angel of forgiveness, right? But then the angel of forgetfulness kisses us at around the age of 5. So they're saying around the age of 5, right? You get sucked into the illusions of life, and that we cannot remember our real home. So they're saying that around the age of 5, you start, is when you start experiencing, things where you feel like you cannot explain why, especially at the age of 5, because you can't, there's no possible way. I've watched a lot of documentaries, guys, about this situation. Very interesting, where they've had kids starting at about the age of 5, and they can give you a very detailed experience. They'll give you somebody else's name. They'll be like, I'm so and so, and I died at this happened, and things of that nature. And they're only 5 or 6, very young age, when they start having these past lives, these experiences that they're talking about. And sometimes the parents will look at them like, this child must be like, I need to take them to counseling. Like right away it's a problem. But no, this is a surefire confirmation of past life experience. When you're reincarnated into a new body, your soul, and at the youngest age of 5, you're able to give life experiences that there's no way, because you're only 5 years old. Okay, so to me that's a huge red flag, that child is going through a reincarnation, past life situation. Okay, and so what they're saying in the article is that the child can start getting these type of experiences at the tender age of 5. Okay, it says, we forget our divine heritage, the issues and fears we want to transform, and our desires to ascend. 3-dimensional reality gets us once again. So what they're saying is 3-dimensional, right? 3-dimensional reality. The world that we're living now is the 3D. Okay, guys, this is the 3D. There's also the 5D, right, guys? And the 5D is the spiritual realm. Okay, guys, so don't forget that. So what the article is pretty much explaining is that because of the world that we're currently living in, again, kind of like what I touched on, that if a 5-year-old is talking about all of these experiences that they could not have had, people, us, although not me, but people that are not awakened and open to this type of theory will think that the child has psychological problems. Right away they want to take them to a therapist, when they need to be taking them to a specialist, a past life regression therapist, so that they could then extract what what the child has experienced in past lives. Okay, and I'm getting too deep with it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to stay on track because I don't want these videos to be too long. So the article states, you only get a glimpse that you are in a past life when you begin to experience familiar pain and suffering. Okay, guys, so you'll know because you'll be experiencing things like I had mentioned, right? My 3 fears. That's when you know that when you start coming around to, like, if you've never experienced anything in your current life as a child and going into adulthood that could be triggering these fears, most likely it's connected to a past life. Okay, it says, your inner soul gets a flash that you have met these issues, patterns, and characters before in your divine play, and it hurts and you want to run. But this is the time to pause, take note, be brave, and face the challenge. So guys, that's another thing, right? When you're triggered by certain things, and it could be linked to a past life situation, there's that element of wanting to run from feeling and experiencing those things. Okay, and so, but there's nowhere to run. The best thing to do is just face it head on, and take up the challenge. The best way to deal with this, again, is past life regression therapy. Okay, and it does exist. All right, let's go back to the article. It says, you know you are in a past life territory when you have tried to, for years, heal and find answers from a psychological perspective. You see, guys, when you go to like a regular therapist and they can't pinpoint what's going on, right? And the suffering remains, or if you have a fixation or a phobia that cannot be explained by a therapist. And this is what I'm saying, guys. And I ran through my experience. It says maybe you have a nightmare that haunts, or strange illness, or weird feelings that cannot be explained. Perhaps you have a spectacular talent that came out of nowhere, right, guys? Maybe you are in a relationship that has an intensity and you can't get away from it. When things don't make sense, you have tried everything, and you have tried everything, and it is all so strange. This is when you need the deeper radar of past life wisdom, okay, guys, to explain the unexplainable. So how do you do this? Again, you have to go to a past life regression therapist, somebody that could through therapy tap into your past lives. Okay, what they do is, and it explains it in this video, they literally just go take you to your past life, see what's going on. They help you to heal it so that you're able to function in this lifetime. And depending on how they deal with the situation, in this lifetime, after you've had that therapy, you'll be able to move forward positively. Okay, guys? So exploring past lives help us to solve the riddle of the soul and the soul wounds, right, guys? The long ago ancient wounds, that the deep core issues that you brought with you and were reinforced in early childhood at around the age of 5. And this particular person keeps coming up to the age of 5, right? This is 5 is usually the starting point of these past life scenarios. Okay, guys? And like I said, I have watched documentaries where this is either 5 or 6 years old is when these past life situations start coming up in a child, and that's why the parents start looking at them like, oh my god, is this child going crazy? Let me take them to therapy. And as this article mentioned, and I just went over, you could go to as many therapists as you want, but if this is a past life situation, the therapist can't help. Okay, guys? So unless the loss of the soul is retrieved, one will spin a never-ending circle and meet the same characters and themes over and over again. Okay, so it's kind of like you have to face the situations, the phobias, whatever you experience as negative from your past lives through past life regression therapy. You have to kind of like deal with those issues from many past lives, try and heal it, because if not, you're going to keep in this lifetime, you're going to continue to deal with the same issues, phobias, all of that junk, right, guys? And it says, what matters in this healing modality is not that you were a king or a queen or a famous person, but the karmic transition point in the story that comes around again to highlight what you can heal, change, or make a new choice. Okay, turning on the lights through soul diagnosis is the way to transform. Okay, guys, now here are some questions that some people might have. Okay, has everyone had a past life? Does the amount of past lives vary according to each person? So the article states the age of the soul is not measured in years. The soul age of a person is about their light and depth, and how high they are, right, in the tree of life, in their evolution. As one ascends and advances, the soul rises in its volume and light, in light frequency and vibration. Old souls who have had many past lives advance in their spirituality and care about higher things and less about ego and possessions. An evolved soul naturally wants to help others in the planet. Ask someone what they care about, and most of you can begin to guess if they had many past lives. And guys, this is 100% true, because as I told you, I've had at least 3 that was confirmed, and I can attest to what is discussed here. Okay, I was always classified as an old soul. Even when I was younger, I couldn't resonate with children my age, and people that would talk to me that were older, you know, as I got older, like in my teens or whatever, they said that I had like this maturity about me, you know. So I can attest to this here. And I'm also not about possessions. You know, I do like to help others. And so to me, this resonated with me, this little paragraph here. So another question that could be asked is, how can I access my past life? So it says, you don't have to believe in anything to begin to channel your past life. Life is your guru and will show you everything you need to know. You can be practical, real, and investigate your life for themes, characters, and patterns that repeat again and again. So guys, before you even decide you want to go to a past life regression therapist, right, to confirm what you're going through, this piece of the article is just saying that you can be your own investigator, right? By paying attention to themes, characters, and patterns that keep repeating again and again in your life, okay? Your circumstances and issues contain clues. You can track things that feel dramatic and intense. You can look for what is weird, strange, and not normal. You can watch your language for things like, I don't know why, or I feel like I know them or maybe we've met somewhere before. Um, what does not make sense? This is all like connected to past life territory. So I'm gonna go over really quick what the past life test that they provided here in this article. Okay, guys, these are just questions that you ask yourself. Okay, so here's a quick past life test. Okay, these are questions. Okay, here we go. What in your life feels like a Shakespearean drama? What relationships have had heaviness from day one? Have you ever felt have you ever felt an instant connection to someone you never met before? Have you ever felt strangely drawn? Oh my God, hold on, guys. I haven't had my coffee yet, and I don't have my reading glasses. So here we go. Have you felt like you've met this person before? Have you ever felt strangely drawn to someone and don't know why? What fears, phobias, or obsessions do you have? Where did the fear come from? Did something happen in your childhood to cause it? What special talents do you have that require no study? Where do your talents come from? Did you inherit them from your parents? What places in the world do you feel drawn to? Do you have cities you want to visit and some you never want to visit? Why is that? Have you ever traveled to a place that felt weirdly familiar to you? Do you feel at home in a certain country? What time frame haunts you? What movie eras do you gravitate to? What style of costumes do you like? What issues keep repeating, and where are you stuck? What are you resisting again and again? What do you regret? Do you have a feeling that you are being punished for something? What strange dreams keep reoccurring? What are you suffering from? What does not make sense? What seems weird and irrational? What do you know deep in your heart to be true about your mission, life purpose, and destiny? Okay, guys? So those are the questions that, they say this is part of their past life test. Okay, you ask yourself those questions, and if you can't answer any of it, most likely if you can't connect any of these questions to the current life that you're living in, stemming back from your childhood, if there's nothing in your life that could be triggering any of these questions, then most likely you've lived a past life. Okay, guys? So another question is, what are some ways to access past lives? Well, they give a couple of suggestions. Number one, dreams. Dreams are sacred messages and agents that you can trust. Dreams carry symbols and divine information that leads to real answers and clues about your past lives, blocks, and issues that may be found in your soul work. Number two, meditate. Get in a relaxed state. Allow the body and mind to relax, and let the stream of consciousness drift into another time and place. What images flow into your consciousness? What clothes and shoes are you wearing? Okay, record these experiences in a journal. Number 3, face reading. Dim the lights, sit across from someone and look into the person's face, or sit alone and use a mirror to observe what changes you see in your face. Let the images come in. Number 4, past life regression exercise. And this is the one that I kind of recommend, okay? But if you're not able to do this, I recommend seeing a past life regression therapist that can help you. Number 4 is past life regression exercise. It says, relax and call on your angels and guides. Call up a bridge into your energy field and meet a loved one from another dimensional, and meet a loved one from other dimensional being to travel with you beyond time and space. Or go down a flight of stairs and enter a room where you meet your past life. Okay, and this is all, past life regression exercise. What evidence is there for past life is another question. It says there's so much evidence to support our past lives, and they gave a couple of examples, okay, that proves this, and I'm going to run them through, okay? Near-death experience, okay, people who have died and come back to life, people who have a near-death experience all claim the same thing about what happens when they die, okay? They say that we shed the body like a butterfly sheds its cocoon, that we pass through a tunnel of light, a beautiful force field that is the greatest love they ever felt. They also say that they are greeted by loved ones there, and they say that we are celebrated in a big party. They also, some may also say there's a rest and time to acclimate. There's time to rest and acclimate there. And others say that during your life review, you see and feel all actions and decisions you made. Okay. Another theory that supports, past lives is birthmarks and strange body marks. Okay. So if you have strange birthmarks or body marks, it's probably connected to your past life. Facial recognition is another one. Okay. Physical resemblances, especially faces that look the same. Okay, let's talk about what are the benefits of channeling past lives. Well, it says healing must take place beyond the rational mind into the deeper level of the soul. If we stay in psychology, we will be able to write a thesis on our issues, but we don't transform energetically. Past life exploration and soul work invite alchemy, okay, an opportunity to change humanness into divinity, the goal of our journey here on earth. Okay, guys? It says another question is, do you always use past life healing? Okay, or could you always use past life healing in your work? It says the article says sometimes you need to access past lives and sometimes you don't. The idea is to get the soul wound, the root theme that haunts and needs light and recognition. It is about the soul lesson and theme. Okay, so I'm gonna go over some examples that this person had, okay, with different people that were going through, like, she gave past life regression therapy to. Okay, so these are, I have like, I think 3 or 4 examples here. Okay, so one of the examples was a woman who was obsessed with getting sick and dying, right? So through her, the person writing the article, in her article, she states that, in doing past life regression therapy with this person, the woman in her past life, right? The woman came back in this life with the fear of dying from illness and residue. It's like a residue that she brought into this lifetime, right? Which was a guilt of dying. Okay, so through this investigation, she was able to find out and help this woman. So she told the woman the outcome of this was that now the woman understands that the root of her obsession was that in the past life, let me just see. Okay, so in her past life, this woman experienced the death of family members everybody got sick in her family, including herself, but she survived and the family members passed away. So in her past life, she had a lot of guilt issues because she was questioning, why did I live? So in the present life, okay, reincarnated into this lifetime, she couldn't understand why she had this huge fear of dying, and she was almost obsessed with it, right? Getting sick and dying. So when this woman in the article, did the past life therapy with her, it was brought to her attention that the reason why this was happening was because in her past life she experienced everyone in her family getting sick, but she survived and everybody else died. So that, you see what I'm saying, guys? This is how sometimes past life regression therapy can help you with issues that you're having now. So another experience that she had with a different client, right? There was an example of a young woman who felt that she was cursed in this lifetime. So what happens again? It was discovered that in her past life, she played around with black magic a lot, okay? She used to put love spell on people, okay? So one of the spells that she did involved turning off the feelings of a lover so she could be with somebody else. So she did harm to the person she was with through spell work, right? To like kind of turn the person off to her so then she could then run off with somebody else in her past life. So the article states, okay, and the woman that wrote the article, how she dealt with this woman's situation, she said this curse and misuse of power backfired, right, onto her in this lifetime, okay? And it says, and when she recognized this and asked for forgiveness, the curse was lifted, okay? Because this woman came to her, not just because she felt she was cursed, but her issue was, okay, every man that she was with would eventually ignore her and turn cold and unfeeling towards her. So she went to the woman who wrote the article, got the therapy, and I already went through what the success was with that, okay? Another situation this woman mentioned in her article was a man that was always getting in trouble with the law, okay? Now, it didn't make sense to this man because in this lifetime, because he was like, he's the type of person that always tried to do, the right thing, right? So through her past life work with this person, it was discovered in his past life he misused his gifts in in the area of like, it was like back in the day, it was kind of like pharmaceutical work where they would deal with mixing chemicals. And in his past life, okay, he was mixing medications and a child passed away from ingesting like poorly mixed chemicals. So he was kind of like a chemist or something, or a pharmaceutical. So this child drank the potion, the child passed away. And so through work with this person, she was able to pinpoint why in this lifetime he continues to get in trouble with the law. Stems from in the past he did something that was illegal and caused him to accidentally kill a child. So that was that case. So the last case that she mentioned in her article here was a beautiful married woman, right? A beautiful woman married a man who had a former wife. Okay, so the woman that came to her married a man, and he had a former wife. So the ex-wife was obsessed, okay, unattractive, and lived far away. So this woman was fixated on the ex, even though it made no sense. So in other words, the ex-woman was still obsessed with the husband, right, of the woman who currently married him, that went to the article, the person that wrote the article, for help. I hope you guys can follow me. So basically, through therapy, what was found out, okay, it was revealed that the two women, okay, the one that came to this woman for therapy, okay, and the ex-wife of the guy she married were linked in their past lives, okay? In fact, they were sisters and fought over the same man, okay? And those feelings carried into the present, okay? When they were both reincarnated, all three of them, okay, somehow came back into each other's lives with the same scenario. Only in this lifetime, the two women were not sisters sharing the same man. They were like different, women, not connected at all. through bloodline, but we're still in the same situation. Okay, guys? So these were just examples of, you know, how if you're going through past life type issues that you cannot explain in this lifetime, that you never experienced, there's no reason for you to feel this fear or this phobia of places or people or just situations, right? If you cannot explain, okay, stemming back to childhood, or if you've been to therapy and you're still having these issues and therapy hasn't worked, most likely you have lived past lives. And my recommendation is that you find yourself a past life regression therapist, because they don't work on the level of regular therapists. These are like spiritually connected therapists that could possibly help you with situations that you're not able to get over. And if the best indication that you could have lived several past lives is that if you've gone to therapy for these fears, phobias, things that you feel like, why is this happening to me? There's nothing in your childhood that happened that could be making you feel this way. It is time, guys, for you to go look up a past life regression therapist, because you could very well be dealing with a past life situation. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end this video here. This article was very good. Okay, I've linked it in the description box below. It's very extensive. I just pulled out bits and pieces from it. If you guys are interested, it's gonna be in the description box below. Go have a look at it. But I'm going to end this video here, okay, guys? If you like what you saw here, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing to my channel. Also, hitting that notification bell so you guys will be alerted when my next video posts, when I premiere a video, and when I go live. All that being said, guys, have a great day, a great evening. Do know that I love and appreciate you all. And let me know in the comments if you feel like you could have lived many past lives, or even one. And good luck to you guys. I hope this video was helpful to those it needs to be hit. Okay, and I'll see you in my next video. All right, guys, God bless. See you soon. Bye.